Hey man, did you see that new Joker trailer?
No, I just saw that there was one today, and to tell the truth, I kind of forgot about it till you just said it.
What did you think of the first one?
I thought it was overrated.
Okay.
I think it was good because Joaquin Phoenix is such a fabulous actor. I think he carried the movie.
Yeah. And then it highly borrowed slash stole from Taxi Driver
Taxi
and
Driver.
and the King of Comedy and stuff like that. So it was almost kind of like once a hit is always a hit, and as long as you don't hit that third rail, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah, yeah,
And then if you didn't like the Joker stuff or whatever, or comic book stuff, you could go for the movie about this comedian or this man that got treated wrong by society and he flips out and turns on it. He could have had makeup or not. So it worked on so many different levels. But it also kind of could keep it from being great too, because it's not really dedicated to anything. But when you kind of slap a skin of a potential very popular famous character on top of a decent story, it could have went either way.
yeah,
It could have been a great movie and it could have been a hot mess. And for some, it was either a great movie or a hot mess. I haven't really heard too many people that was kind of like had no feelings about it. I enjoyed it for what it was. Yeah, I just knew it was trying to do a whole bunch of different things, and it was just kind of but I thought it was kind of funny because they were talking about how like it's gonna rile people up and start all this anarchy and all this other kind of stuff. I'm like, no, everybody treating everybody wrong and people getting pissed off. That's gonna set people off. This little movie
yeah,
here, don't give yourself that much credit
yeah, yeah.
because he ain't saying anything everybody ain't feeling already or already
Exactly.
have an issue with. So to even try to put that on, I was thinking like they just gonna use it as a scapegoat if anything jumps off because believe me, it wouldn't have been because of that movie. It had been some other stuff, the reason why it would have jumped off. But they was already trying to get that narrative together that if
Yeah,
anything went off, not that people had a reason to be upset or hurt or rebelling, it would have been because of that damn Joker movie as opposed to society not treating its people right and people getting tired of the mess.
yeah, yeah,
That's what would have erupted a riot. That would have been it, not the Joker with a reskinned story that's already been told before.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he tried to, I feel like he tried to be, Todd Phillips tried to be so deep, and I was just like, I don't know, when artists try to be deep,
Hmm.
sometimes to me it comes off as fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to go for that auteur look, you know what I mean? That it's
Right.
like he's trying so hard to be like, oh, I'm a film auteur, and it's just like, dude, just tell the story you want to tell.
Yeah.
When you're trying so hard to be deep, then I don't know, it seems very shallow to me, and that's what I got from him. Like when you really analyze the movie from someone who likes to tell stories as a movie teller, it didn't pass the muster for me as a story. So
That's fair. Like I said, it was kind of all over the place. The moments that really stood out was the moments that directly took from something else.
yeah,
I thought it was interesting that he decided to put the like the Joker skin on it. That was kind of slick to do that, to retell the stories that he loved.
hmm,
Like I said, you could see his sketches in a way. You could see how he got there. You see why he did it, and you could be deep and just be, not necessarily equipped to express it right. Because I would say Jordan Peele, like he's deep. He got heady horror films and stuff like that, but he
hmm,
figures out a way or a balance to do that without showing his line work. It's like, oh, this is well polished and he has
yeah,
nuances and he knows how to tell this without saying it. He could be inspired by something but not exactly tracing it. So
yeah,
a skilled person, can do that without, like in medicine, sticking it in a candy bar. And others, and I think part of the top thing, reason why that movie was kind of, if it felt kind of like he's really trying to prove something, it's probably because he's not known for those kind of movies, and so he want people to take him serious. And sometimes you overcompensate by trying to, show what you can do when all they
yeah,
want is just a good trick or a good story, and
yeah,
all the stuff that's in your head about I'm gonna show them like I'm edgy, like if you're edgy, this is gonna put you out of how you are as a person or your normal swag about you. It's gonna look like a clown suit. And so
Yeah.
it's almost like being confident, and I'm going to walk this way, tell it the way I want to tell it, and be confident in it. But when you're trying to overcompensate, people, you kind of smell insecurity.
Yeah. No, you know what? That's the best way to put it right there. I was just going to say right before you said that, I kind of feel like there were points where he was like developing the film
Hmm?
when, like, deep in his heart, he probably said, "Oh, this is what I should do. This is the way the story's going." And then he goes, and then he said it and said, "No, but then that wouldn't be edgy enough. I need to do this, or I need to end it this way, or I need to, you know, it needs to end with the top spinning and no one knows you know what I mean? Is it's just like, dude, just like that's not what makes the film edgy. What makes
Right.
the film, what adds the depth is the subtext and the layering. I'm
Right.
not trying to like, oh, let me put a slick ending on it or a slick, you know what I mean? It's just like,
Right.
come
You're
on,
trying to
bro.
outsmart your audience, but at what
Yeah,
cost? Just write a
yeah,
slick story, but don't, like I
yeah,
said, I knew what I was watching when he stepped into the refrigerator.
yeah,
That
yeah,
scene that had nothing else to do with nothing. He just stepped into the refrigerator. In scene.
yeah, yeah.
Now, if you're gonna go there, you better try to work in some kind of way to get some kind of explanation or some insight to what that means.
Directors shouldn't be trying to fool their audience. They should be letting their audience discover the depth. Put the depth there in the subtext, but it has to be enough for them to discover it on each consecutive viewing. Oh, look at that. I didn't catch that first time. I didn't catch that first time. But when you just put stuff that makes people go, oh, what was that supposed to be? And like, it's some obtuse thing that, you put in there, and like, the only way someone's going to figure it out is if they either are in your head or they sat down and had a conversation with you or they
Right.
listen to an interview with you. It's so obtuse that people aren't, no one's going to get that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if there's nothing else to kind of back it up. Like I said, you got to give some more breadcrumbs or something, or if it's going to lead to a dead end where nobody's going to understand, don't put it in there. That's like having a realistic drama, then all of a sudden the guy just lifts up off the ground and flies off. And you'd be like, wait, what?
exactly.
Like, what was that scene for? So you saying it was in his head? Are you saying it's an alien invasion movie? What is it supposed to mean? Is this his subconscious trying to get out of the situation because he can't take life anymore? And that's him thinking that he's, leaving this earth because he can't take it? Is it like a suicide attempt? You don't know. And it's kind of like if the rest of the movie isn't like that or have any things that's going to kind of lead you to know what's going on, it looks crazy. And
Yeah.
it's not slick. It's confusing.
Yeah.
And so I don't mind going for a ride. And I don't mind watching something a couple times to kind of understand what's happening. But if you just drop me off in the middle of nowhere and think that I think
No,
that's
no
cute,
setup.
it's not cute.
Yeah. No setup.
Yeah.
No.
At least give me a flat tire, a pump, and and a bike that I could put together with a wrench or something. Let me build my escape. Let me build my way home. But don't drop me off there with no, a tire and a
Yeah.
toothpick and be like, there you go.
Yeah. And audiences want it. They want to build the bike.
Right.
Like, they want to build a bike. But if you
You don't
just
have
drop
the
them
pieces.
off and
Right.
you didn't give them the pieces, you didn't do anything. You're not
Right.
slick.
Right. I'm pissed
Yeah.
and trapped.
And exactly.
Yeah. It's interesting.